What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tratus. Today we have my very first ACC race ever, and I'll be honest, going into this one I thought I was very far off the pace, but I don't know. Now honestly really don't know how connected the servers were, like how good the servers were when I jumping into this. I just I didn't really know. So yeah, there's a bit of confusion that happens on lap 1, so I recommend sticking around for that and then see where we can recover to, because it gets a bit interesting. But going into this, I really didn't know where I'd be. I was kind of hoping top 5, and to be honest, I was probably a bit. You had to have a pretty good lap to be there, but you didn't. If that makes sense, like you'd think you would, but you didn't need to have a good lap to get in the top 5 because of all the beginners getting new to ACC. And to be honest, I'm just bringing my experience from other racing games over to ACC. Really enjoyed it. So the pole guy is at a 230.3, I believe. I think that's what it said. Now, losing a lot of time through a Rouge, don't know where to carry speed and don't know how to take it really properly. It's a bit tricky, and I feel like everyone has the same problems. But, yeah, this is just like a banker lap, I suppose. Just get a banker lap in. We don't have a lot of time for qualifying, so we just really need to get it right. And that's what we're going to attempt to go do now. So, relatively clean through there, I'd say. And then we get a very decent exit onto this back straight. What I'm actually discovering a little bit was I felt like I would lock up just a little bit and then the car would slide away from me. So, yeah, in that sense, I've never really had that happen before in a racing game. And, yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a strange one. Maybe the MX-5s in iRacing kind of have a similar trait, but I don't know. So you're in the Ferrari 488 GT3, which is, I've driven most of the cars now in ACC, and this was the one I felt, I like the sound of this a lot. Apparently it's the easier car to drive, maybe that's why I liked it, but I actually just really enjoy driving it. I can kind of see myself just driving this car in ACC and just having a bunch of fun with it. So probably should have held second in there. But yeah, and I also probably should be holding second through here as well, but I didn't. I should also be going onto that curb, but I didn't. So, regrets. Obviously, we've still got the checklist in the top right that we're trying to achieve, I suppose. But yeah, now through here, this kink in the straight, really inconvenient, but I don't know. It's like my least favourite corner on the track by a long way. I feel like it ruins it. Now just begging the car to stop before the bus stop chicane, and it just does. And it feels really good once it stops, to be honest, let me tell you. But yeah, living life on the edge, track limits. Right there on the edge, make sure the lap time doesn't get the lead. It's going to be a, 2:32.3. So probably about 5 seconds I have left on the table. But obviously new sim, lots of lap time to be found, lots of lap time to be... Yeah, okay, so 2:29.7. So the pole guy is like consistently ahead of us. But that was enough to put us in P2, so that was really nice. Now a bit later on in the second lap, we are up a second, about 1.2 seconds actually. So that's just a pleasant surprise to know that we're not too far off the pace immediately. So, we could just build off of this, supposedly. But yeah, P8 did a 2:32.1. So to be honest, it actually doesn't seem like there's that much of a separation between everyone. Pole looks relatively comfortable for this guy in the BMW, I'm assuming the M3. But yeah, we get a decent exit and we do a 2:31. Yeah, so I did a 2:29 sometime yesterday. Yesterday on this day, but I just couldn't seem to get it in qualifying. Now it's gotten a bit interesting. We're down in P3 later on in this lap, and we are down because we had a terrible... Well, apparently we had a decent first sector, but it's just hard to keep up with yourself when you're pushing and comparing yourselves to other lap times. So, struggling in that regard. But yeah, it's very tricky to say the least. Try and get it right. You're down, 2/10 are we now? Yep. Just trying to gain a bit of time. And obviously it's only a 10th, so it's easy to get that time back. But where you can gain it, knowing what gear to be in, where you can get better exits and so on. In a new sim, you know, if I was experienced in ACC, I'd feel like I could know what I'm doing wrong. But at the moment, I feel like I'm just doing everything wrong. I don't feel comfortable driving this car. I don't really feel comfortable driving this sim. But I'm just trying to get a good lap. As you should. And obviously, the further we start at the front, the more carnage we can get out of, and the damage is a bit of a bum in this game as well. So you get damage, you got to go box and get it repaired, and that can take some time. That's for sure. So qualifying has ended, so this is our last opportunity to get a good lap. And I think I was decently quick through there, obviously getting a bit of time. Now bus stop chicane. How much time can we get through here? Well, looks like we're literally getting all the time. 9/10. Up to a second. We got up to a second. Amazing. But then we make a terrible mistake and exit in second gear. And yeah, that just loses all our time. So that will be it. And then we go into the race. Now, please subscribe. Please. I'd love it. I'd love it if you would subscribe. Please. Apparently, statistically, it's more likely that people subscribe if you ask them. So I don't like asking. I feel like it should be up to you guys. But anyway. All right. Double file line. Getting ready to start this one. And the ping is absolutely terrible. And I don't really know what I was doing. Like, I was just doing terribly. Like, I need to be further up. And I don't know why I'm not trying to go further up. And then I go get closer, and then I brake, and then I keep going, and then I need to get back, but I'm not going back for some strange reason. Like, what am I doing? I'm screwing it up big time. And I go get to 70 kph. Okay. Too fast. That's too fast. It's okay. That's still okay. And then we go. Oh my God, we're so fast. Okay, yeah. So we got ourselves a drive-through, but then look, there's a gap, and then all of a sudden the guy just comes across us, and technically that wasn't much of a gap. And then look behind us. Oh my Lord, we've just caused chaos. Chaos behind us. That's terrible. Oh dear. And the chat the in-game chat not happy. Oh dear. Idiot. And I think that's pretty much referring to me, because to be honest, I went for a gap and then he kind of closed on us, and I think the top three, like us three, kind of all, I don't know if that's my fault or not, but yeah, that was a shame. That was a shame, but yeah. Lots of cars DNFing, I believe. Yeah, but that's probably my bad. I mean, to be honest, Ayrton Senna himself says if you don't go for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver. So, you know, just living by that, I suppose. But there wasn't much of a gap there, to be completely honest with you. That was not good from us. So we've got that drive through. Now we need to kind of strategically use it, I suppose. You know, what's the gap we need to get? Now, I normally think 20 seconds in the pit lane would probably be enough for a drive-through. I can tell you that was very long, very, very long. So we're just going to try and get a 20-second gap. That's my target at the moment, to try and get it out to 20 seconds. I feel like maybe in a game, if I'd played this game a lot more before my very first online race, and my very first race full stop in ACC, I may be a bit closer. Maybe. Yeah. I don't really know. Now we are car 14. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Anyway, P3. So we have a drive-through, and we have to serve it within 3 laps as always. And I believe there's a mandatory pit stop. But you know, I'm still trying to work it all out. Let me know in the comment section below if there's a mandatory pit stop, because I'm obviously still very new to ACC. Oh, I mean, I'm still new on the online stuff. I kind of understand how the game handles. I played an okay amount of it on PlayStation, but it's impossible to see where you're going. It's terrible on console. And on PS4, it's particularly bad, so don't recommend it over there. All right. Well, the gap in front is extending. But, you know, we're not too far off their first lap pace. But I feel like, I don't know if the race engineer said we had damage. I believe we do. And I could feel the car wasn't overly comfortable to drive. That's, you know, for sure. That's okay. We're going to keep going, and we're just going to try and build a gap behind. I'm obviously quicker than the guy behind. Maybe it's just from sim racing experience, or, you know, just being that little bit quicker, or maybe less damage. I really don't know. But I feel like I could catch up to P2. I just wasn't. Like, the gap was kind of going out, and there's obviously certain things that I just wasn't really doing well enough. so to speak. So yeah, some people boxing. Sorry, I'm yawning. That's what happens when I record at 8 o'clock at night. Voiceovers anyway. This happened yesterday about the same time. So it's been about 24 hours since this race has happened, and I've had to edit this quite a bit to try and get it to where I want it to. And it's a bit difficult to do that on a slow computer, but you know, videos come out nonetheless. Oh, anyway, so there's been another incident. It says Jesus. Oh no, it's apparently 4 o'clock. So yeah, still yeah. Anyway, so someone said it's clearly been another incident somewhere. Where? I don't know. Anyway, we got the gap out to 5.6 seconds, and I kind of think, okay, well, we could be in for quite a terrible position, and you know, I don't really know. Like, I don't know. I'm still getting to grips with the car. Like, it's its own breed. It feels very balanced the way you drive it. I found the Porsche pretty good-ish. I kind of didn't like it as well at all. I found the Merc to be okay. I found the car I enjoyed driving quite a bit was the M3 GT3 that they've got. But the Ferrari was by far the one I enjoyed driving the most. So we chose it for this race, and yeah, it was good. Alright, so we're not going to serve the penalty this lap because I feel like the gap's coming out, so just keep the consistent race pace and keep going. Really hard to tell. Now, this race was a 15-minute race. I actually did a 20-minute race after this race. And after this race, just driving this car made me happy. Playing ACC at a good frame rate and a good computer, making a good video is just a really happy moment. Even though we got that drive-through to deal with, and strategically in my head coming up with a few scenarios on how we may be able to recover, but I just don't know. Alright, so we do there we go, fastest lap of the race. We did a 2:37, so the first time in the 30s. So yeah, happy with that, I think. You know, fastest lap of the race. So clearly getting a bit of a gap out behind, and the gap, well, not really coming down. It's kind of not going too far up though on P2, is it? So maybe if we stuck with him at the start, we had more of a chance of winning. I don't really know. Tricky one. Alright, so I'm being told I had an impressive thing. Do one more lap. Minute. I don't know. I'm just looking at the top right if there's wondering. So yeah, we do have the fastest lap, which is lovely. To say the least. You know, that's always nice. I never really get fastest laps, but to be honest, everyone in here, I kind of want to get out of this rookie phase or whatever it's called very quickly. It feels like the guys in here and girls in here a fair way to go in terms of understanding the car. And I know I can't really say much when I'm in P3 and there's two guys ahead of me, but you know, I think it's decently competitive. But it's a bit of an interesting online series. It's an interesting online effect of this this game. And I think my biggest problem for games that I don't enjoy playing is, like, I love playing Gran Turismo because of the online stuff, but I don't like playing Gran Turismo because of the people who play the online stuff. It's just terrible sportsmanship. Had to correct it off the curb. Oops. So, alright. So, I'll talk you through what's going through my head right now. What's going through my head is I've got a gap of 10 seconds currently, and I've put in a pretty mega lap, and I don't want to get more of a penalty or disqualified for not using my penalty. I don't know the consequence for not doing it, so we're not going to push it as late as possible. I may have got a bigger gap. I don't think it would have got much more than 10 seconds, to be honest. I probably in the future, yeah, it will be way more than 10 seconds. I'll be able to get the gap out a lot more, but on my very, very first ACC race ever, so this is like the first, not just recorded, like ever. So yeah, we had to do that. Anyway, we're going to box with a gap of still about 10 seconds. There it is, goes up 10 seconds. And into the pit lane we go here at Spa. Now, to drive through, I'm not going to take tyres. I've watched some stuff on this, but I don't really know. All right, enter the pit lane. Automatic pit limiter. Away we go. All we've got to do is just get through the pit lane. You're at 50 kph, and it's just frustrating. You know, I've got to sit here so slowly, and I don't know how I'm supposed to make the time back up. Now, what I didn't know is I actually had lapped some cars, I believe. I'm actually still trying to work out how it all happens, but you guys will see. If you're still watching, you guys will see what I mean. But yeah. Alright. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh my god, I nearly hit the barrier there, jeez. But yeah, at this moment I just want to say, take a bit of a second to talk about the most recent video I posted. I took a few days off because of the amount of comments that really baffled me. I got confused with Rensport and Forza Motorsport, okay? I know it's a bit of a strange thing to get confused, but in my mind, every game should be a sim, every racing game, so, yeah, my bad. Sorry about that video. Alright, so at this point, frustrated, but at the same time, very first race, not much you can do. These things happen. It was a massive netcode problem, to be honest. I mean, if you play iRacing or see around the iRacing area or anything, and yeah, just like that, the penalty is now clear. All right, well, a shame. A shame. It's shambles from the very start. But we've still apparently got 10 minutes to go on the video and 6 minutes to go on the race. So let's keep going. But yeah, slow P6. So interesting. I don't know if people are using... I know ACC is a common game for people to buy when they get like... I've actually heard of 2 different people. Like they probably definitely don't watch the channel, so I won't name them or anything. But have got Logitech G29s and that play ACC. So I believe a lot of the online stuff is just people trying to get into sim racing in a way by playing an actual sim, like a really good quality sim that's not like iRacing to keep going. So I believe that I could definitely catch up to P5, and that's our target. 20 seconds, like I said before, it's a lot, so we're going to rely on them to make a mistake and rely on us to not make mistakes like we just did before, just then. But yeah, obviously I don't really know what the internet, I don't know if it's stable at this point, I don't really know what's going on. Now, there is a slow car ahead of us here. I don't really know what to say. Where is he? So there's a yellow flag over there, the marshal's waving, so that's cool animation. And where is this car? We're on P5 now. I believe someone DNF'd or something happened there. Relative is a bit strange on this game. It's hard to kind of work out where you come out. And I certainly struggled. So, P4, 4 seconds ahead. We can catch this guy. We can definitely catch it. He's had a bit of a spin, but we're probably going to catch him on pace. And you guys will see what I mean in a second. P6 is in the pit lane. I think there is a mandatory stop. And for the people who know about the mandatory stop, taking their mandatory stop now along with other people. So this is my chance to get some positions back because it is a very long and annoying pit experience is the easiest way to say it. It's a long pit lane. You lose possibly a minute in the pit lane. So this is the chance to get these positions back, which is a positive thing. Now these guys are stopping for tyres. I believe my pit stop still counts if it's drive-through. I don't really know, but I didn't get penalised. So yeah, and we're going to follow this guy through. 2 seconds, 1.7 the gap. 1.3. We're going to get past P6 in the pit lane, which was a lapped car, I think. Sorry for the cough. I've been wanting to cough for a while, but I couldn't hold on anymore. So my apologies for your ears if you're watching on headphones. Now, this guy's aware of a tow here on the straight. So trying to just pulls out. Try not to do anything too much, but I'm just going to... You know, not try and do anything too stupid like a really massive lunge, but at the end of the day, I feel way more confident with my car than this guy. Now, I reckon this guy may have a bit of damage. Oh, no, he's fine. On the straight, jeez, I just got a great exit, and then we're going to duck to the inside. Don't think I really wanted to make a move, but the space is given, and we get up the inside, and that is our very first ACC move. But credit to that guy, you know, he drove a good race. But now we are back up somehow into the position that we started in. So, yeah, strange one. Cars are pretty much all over the track in terms of where they are on track. So, to be honest, now we just got to use the next 2.5 minutes to put some good laps on the board and bring home the result. Oh, no. Oh, we nearly spun on the curb. But we just, take a bit. Oh, oops. Oops. Made a bit of an oops, and this guy behind is going to try and catch. But we should be able to pull away comfortably, maybe. I want to see how big that gap will get. That's like I don't really know what I was thinking at this point, but just a target I'm trying to see how big this gap gets. But, yeah. So I'm trying to work out why there's 6 minutes left in this video and there's only 2 left in the thing. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, but, you know, we'll work it out. I could talk for another 6 minutes. I could talk for probably about 6 years non-stop about certain things, so no problem for us there. Anyway, on what I can only assume will be the final lap, or maybe it won't be. I just, you know, trying to work that out, but I don't really know. Now, while we're in the closing stages of this race and building out a pretty good gap from TL behind, my ambitions with the ACC content and the ACC stuff, I suppose is the way to say it, is to ultimately race LFM, which is obviously a series. Yeah, it seems like a really cool series to do, like a few videos a week on LFM, and yeah, I do my Gran Turismo stuff, and I want to do iRacing stuff, and I want to do, what else do I really want to do? Probably some Formula 1 stuff. I've got a Formula 1 series that we're going to start very soon, which I'm super duper excited with, so make sure to put the notifications on. I don't know how many people on the channel actually put their notifications on and care about the uploads as much as other people. So if you haven't put your notifications on the channel and you do enjoy this video or enjoy any video I've made, please feel free to put the notifications on so you don't miss an upload, because I'm just going to keep making videos for years, to be honest. So yeah. Anyway, I can only assume on the last like that. Now I love the way it detects that you've gone track limits. It has the no time gained. I'm a big fan of the way that ACC does it, if that makes any sense to anyone ever. But yeah, I don't know if anyone's had this problem, but let me know if you have in the comments. ACC for PC on the Thrustmaster T300 RS and, you know, whatever, just T300. The force feedback feels quite low. I've turned it up all the way. I've tried. I often like to use all of my wheels force feedback, and it needs to be like an actual push on the wheel through the corner, but I just haven't had that happen with my wheel on this game. I don't know if anyone else has had this problem, or if this is a problem, or if this is just how the game is and it's not meant to be so stiff. Let me know, because it's very confusing with the Thrustmaster wheel with not a lot of force feedback, which feels like I'm losing a bit of time on the table, but I don't really know. Alright, well, I don't know if, is this the last lap of the race? No, because the leader hasn't crossed the last lap, has he? I don't really know. But we'll just keep going until it tells check a flag, and I can understand this is what would be going through my head at this moment. Surely that was the last lap. Surely. There's no way that wasn't the last lap. But yeah. Yellow flag ahead. Is there someone in the wall? Looks like there is someone on the racing line. He's trying to get off the racing line. Ducks to the outside to make sure he doesn't hit me. And what a good fella, because I do not want to hit him. And I feel like the Ferrari must be the easier car to drive, because there's so many of them. So, you know, shout out to everyone with the Ferraris. Now, Spa is such a good track on ACC. They've done it perfectly well. Obviously, I haven't driven it, but it's a great track, like in real life. But it's my strongest track, full stop. Really feel quite good driving Spa. It's a bit of a technically tricky circuit to drive, if that makes any sense to anyone. If you haven't driven it, which I'm assuming a lot of you guys have driven Spa, if not all of you, because it's, you know, the most legendary circuit. It's up there in my top 3 circuits ever. Bathurst is number 1, Monza, and then Spa. But I really, Nürburgring GP, I'm a big fan of Nürburgring GP as well. So yeah, feel really comfortable here at Spa. And I will be coming over to cross the line in a second here. Well, not in a second, in a little bit of time. which has been a great video. So thanks for joining me on the very first ACC video, my very first ACC online race. I'm really happy to be sharing it with you guys. I'm happy I recorded it because it ended up being a great recovery drive with relatively good consistent pace. So we're happy, I think. I think we're very happy with this race. I'm yawning, I'm sorry, it's like... Anyway, this has been a great video that I've really enjoyed making. Got taken out early but managed the fastest lap, lol, someone says in the comments. And we do a bit of waving to celebrate the podium. And yes, we'll take that massively. So yeah, that's actually a huge relief to manage that. I'm not too far off the pace in ACC. So there should be some great online races that we see. So we're going to return to garage, and I'm just going to apologize for that one. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I certainly did. People still on their last lap, and yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Sorry for the ping and the problems in this video, and sorry for taking people out lap 1, but look forward to making more ACC Formula 1 stuff coming out tomorrow or today. Goodbye, see you then. See yous, bye. Woo.